Hi, I'm Gregg. Oh, okay. Just push this? Okay. Sorry, I'm a little bit nervous.
Meet Gregg Sellars, an ordinary, average, boring man.
I wouldn't say I'm boring. I work at the Midway Save & More in Rose Lake County. Okay, it's a little boring, but at least I enjoy it. Mostly. I have a lovely wife, Christine, and 2 kids, and you know what? That's pretty unboring if you ask me.
Gregg is going to be our first test subject to enter the multiverse. But before we dive in, let's hear what kind of reality Gregg wants us to find for him.
Yeah, I always wanted to find a reality where I was a successful filmmaker. I've really been into making movies my whole life, and I just wanted to be like a Spielberg or a Good Will Hunting.
You mean Gus Van Sant?
Yeah, him. He's good. Like him, but Greggier. My dad was actually a huge movie buff. He was one of the first individuals to open up a video renting store in the late 70s. I was tasked with watching the tapes, making sure there was no problem, glitches and stuff. And as I watched these films, I began to garner an appreciation for how these pieces of imagery were put together. Ever since then, I wanted to be a filmmaker. In the early 80s and 90s, I wrote script upon script, trying to get my name out there, hoping some successful movie business producer man would come help get them funded. You know, if it worked for Tarantino, why not Greggorino? Can we cut that out?
No.
Okay. Unfortunately, life got in the way. My father got sick in the early 90s, and most of my time and resources went to helping him in the business. I was already married to Christine at the time, and friends were getting married. Kids came not long after. It just became too much to balance. Life goes on, I guess, you know? But it's unfortunate the films never got made. I had to support my family, and Christine and the kids, they mean everything to me. They're my world. But I always wondered what if, you know? Woulda, coulda, shoulda. I'm excited to see what you guys do with the information. And a little scared too. I don't know if I want to press play. Okay.
After hours of exploring multiple pathways through Gregg's decision-making, we found one reality where he did indeed become the filmmaker he always wanted to be.
Gregg Sellars, the greatest director of Sellars, is on another level.
Rose Lake County, California. I love his movie.
After examining more than 700,000 realities, we discovered a universe, to which we will call Earth 2.0, where Gregg did in fact hit the big time. From what we can gather, there was one day in Gregg's life where a single decision changed his entire trajectory forever. March 3rd, 1988. Gregg was working part-time at the local cinema, and booked time off work to be the best man at his best friend's wedding. On that very night where his shift took place, the well-known producer from HBO, Simon Knight, came into town with his wife for the premiere of his latest film. Unfortunately, after a bizarre popcorn incident, Simon's life was saved by the individual who covered Gregg's shift. They became rather close friends after this encounter, leading to an unexpected lifelong friendship. With our new technology, we found a reality where Gregg actually turned down his close friend's offer to be the best man, and instead took his usual shift on that very night, where he would become the man to save Simon Knight from the dreaded popcorn incident.
Oh my gosh. I did that? Dang, I'm kind of an ass in this universe.
Gregg and Simon became incredibly close friends afterwards. Any activity you could think of, Gregg and Simon were on their way to do it. Whenever Simon needed a shoulder to cry on, Gregg was there. It wasn't too long before Simon discovered the scripts Gregg was putting together. And then, his first feature film was funded and released in 1991, making him an overnight success.
A city crippled with fear.
paper says another 4 victims from these psychos just this morning.
Anything else I can get for you?
No thanks.
I sure wish someone would stop all the murderings around here.
2 detectives have had enough, so they're taking the law into their own hands. Alone, they are simple cops.
Tonight, we aren't just cops, we're justice-ers.
But together, they are murder stoppers.
All units come in, claiming quarters at a warehouse in Long Beach.
This is it. Stay frosty.
He's been killed by a murderer.
Son of a bitch!
Just when you thought you were about to get murdered, they stopped it.
Stop murdering!
You found a trailer for it? So you can just pull stuff from there to over here?
Yes.
You think we could watch the whole movie?
Probably.
That's so cool.
Immediately, multiple producers were ready to fund Gregg's next feature, which came out 4 years later in 1995 and was another smash hit.
It's the Arsenio Hall Show, starring Arsenio Hall.
Yeah, I mean, this has always been a dream of mine. And I want you to know that you can make it too. And the people who don't, they're just, lazy. No, it's simple, okay? I used to work a 9 to 5 just like everyone else. The people who use that excuse just didn't try hard enough. Huh. I don't know what I was expecting, but it's so surreal to see somebody who's the spitting image of me in an interview doing what I always wanted. I mean, it's me, but it's not me. It's like, what? He's a bit of an ass, though.
Why do you say that?
Well, that 9 to 5 job, that was part-time. And he kind of leaves out the fact that he had to sacrifice an entire friendship just to get lucky.
But it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows for Gregg's career. Because Gregg chose not to be the best man at his friend's wedding, they were no longer on speaking terms, slowly drifting apart before eventually going to the press, slandering Gregg's name, claiming he was dishonest, only befriending people to get what he wanted.
Well, that makes sense. Tom and I had known each other for 10 years at that point. We were super close. So for me to do all that just for a shift at the cinema? I don't know how I feel about that. I understand why Tom was mad.
As for Gregg and Christine, they do still get married, but they only have one child and called it Grass. Christine filed for a divorce a few years later due to Gregg not being home, and whenever he was under the influence and had a very short temper, along with confirmed reports of him cheating on her.
Okay then.
His drug use only worsened while getting married a couple more times after Christine. His third movie, Bottoms Up, is released but completely tanks, becoming one of the biggest box office bombs of all time. Gregg was sent to rehab in 2005.
That went south so fast! I was on a good run.
Gregg moves back to his hometown and finds a job at his old school in performing arts. This is where Gregg lives to this day. He still speaks to his wife and kid, and while there are still wounds, he's trying to heal them.
So, yeah. The movie industry is interesting. It's really easy to lose yourself. I always felt like if I did make it, I'd probably screw it up somewhere, so I guess I was right. I think most people would too if they surround themselves with the wrong people. I mean, my life's not the best, there's plenty I wish was better, but having the ability to find myself and be surrounded by good friends, I'll take that any day over whatever the hell it was I just watched. Hey, thanks for liking and subscribing to the channel. If you'd like to see me in more realities, drop into the comments below and leave us some ideas.